Hello, everyone, and welcome to Flatcap EuroTalk. And it is yet again another scout report. This time it was requested by the very kind supporter of Para Miguel Escobardo. This one is definitely someone that Spurs have been rumored with, and it is Julián Álvarez. Julián Álvarez, the Argentinian international from River Plate. David, maybe before we break it down here, have you ever heard of the guy? Is this maybe someone that you've been aware of before?
No, I've only heard of him recently. He scored a couple of goals for River Plate there recently, and that manager that they have, Gallardo, I think is his name.
Right.
He's linked with Barcelona. Apparently, Tottenham approached him before and stuff like that. And I reckon wherever he goes, he'll probably bring this guy with him.
That's a very good point. Maybe I didn't think of it that way. But just to break down maybe Julián Alvarez's background here, born in Calcín, Argentina, where it's actually a very small town, outside of the very big city, Cordoba, Argentina, Dave. And it's actually kind of not even on the coast. It's kind of more in kind of the rural, kind of central areas of Argentina. So maybe a bit of humble background, you might say. He's only 21 years old. He was born in January 2001. Yet again, another sign of how young some of these players really are now, making me feel a lot older somehow. His club is River Plate. He joined the youth setup there in 2016 and then joined the senior team in 2018. He's a right-footed player, by the way. He's actually only stands around 5 feet 7 inches or 1.7 meters tall. And when you think about it that way, maybe he has a bit of that Sergio Aguero build, you might say, to a degree. And 2021 so far, in the year of 2021, he's played 11 matches and has 7 goals and 3 assists so far. But so you really do think about it, maybe that's where he's getting all the attention right now. He plays as a number 9, or he can also play as a winger, especially on the right wing. But I do feel like, this guy, maybe to a degree, is maybe showing a bit of that Sergio Aguero kind of stature and that Sergio Aguero kind of likability. His attributes include him being a very clinical finisher. I really do feel like he has incredible positional sense, just knows how to be able to receive the ball in the box with a lot of composure, kind of almost even on the half turn every time, just knows how to turn and shoot very quickly. Excellent field awareness. And I feel like positional sense and field awareness kind of go hand in hand, but his field awareness just has to do with even, the defenders that are around him, his teammates that are around him. That must, I feel like, be an absolutely crucial attribute in the Premier League. If he were to come to the Premier League, is a very good first touch, especially, like I said, he likes to be able to just receive the ball right away and just turn and shoot, like, again, kind of similar to Argentinian strikers, that we're all very aware of. And again, his crossing, I would say, is actually quite decent. He has a lot of decent balls that he's put across the 6 before. And then he also has very good composure. But I mean, David, before we break down the highlight reactions here, are there any of these attributes here? Do you feel like that, maybe Spurs are missing, or maybe could make him a good player in the Premier League?
Composure, that's for sure. Definitely composure. Look, the biggest one to take away from this for me would be the first touch.
Right.
Look, when you have a first touch, it gets you out of so many problems. It means you can play in a lot tighter spaces than usual. And that's what kind of gives you the edge and more difficult to play against, especially when you're a forward player. Because it's that first touch, it sets you up for so many things going forward. That sets you up for the crossing ability, for the clinical finishing. And then composure is another massive one. When you get into the right positions, you just have to keep your head. There's no point in panicking and just ballooning the ball across. It's about, waiting for the right time, pick your pass, get it in there, or waiting for the right time and just slotting it beyond the keeper. So I'll be very interested now to see, what he offers.
Well, we'll see if any of these attributes that I've mentioned come through for you to hear, David, but definitely so. So this one is going to be brought to you by EM Productions. EM Productions are definitely a site that you should check out for any sort of scout reports or any sort of reviews at all. But this guy is definitely somebody that I would say is somebody you should check out on. Definitely a lot of other Brazil kind of scout even has one on him. Lots of great kind of a highlight reaction channel. So really do check them out. As always, it's going to be in the description down below. But let's just break this guy down here. I mean, clearly we're seeing the beautiful first touch here, David. And he's very good at beating his man. And kind of like I'm saying, maybe if you're going to see this, I'd see a bit of the Sergio Aguero in him a bit. That is a brilliant touch right there. And then plays it across the 6 with a bit of vision there. Skills his man there.
That's good
He's
play.
kind of he's a very kind of traditional player. He's not too flashy or anything, especially after we watched that Kravatskyela, that Georgian player. I mean, this guy's going to be a bit tamer, I would say, probably in terms of the skills. But ooh, there you go. They'll be seeing you there. There he goes. Very, very good, actually. That is a banger.
That is a screamer. That's that first touch. He just gets out of the foot. Look, wait for it. He just gets out of the foot there. And then boom, himself.
Actually, almost a knuckle on that one as well. Not even a deflection. Clearly, the keeper did not know what to do with it there. And also, that is a very, very tidy finish. Yeah. That is a tidy finish. Just the deftest of touch there. Actually, really well done. Actually, by the forward. This is what I mean, Dave. He's kind of like, you're just you're kind of smaller, number 9 of out of South America, and those forwards we all know.
Oh, rocket!
That is a screamer. That is a screamer.
I mean, the defender set him up for it, but my God, what a follow through on that!
That probably broke the camera maybe on at the end. That's a ridiculous touch.
Usually, you get excited.
That's a ridiculous touch.
Yeah, it was a great first touch there. It just stops it dead for him, especially with the pace that came in at. Because I think the other guy was going to shoot. That's easy.
Finishes it actually in the middle of the goal as well, which maybe that actually put a lot of bend on that. So. Again, maybe this just speaks to kind of he's more of a clinical finisher than maybe people realize. I think he's actually his true position really is a number 9, not really a winger. It looks like he can do a job as a winger. Wow, that is the striker's finish right there. That is. I like the way he used
the other players run to make the space for the shot. Very clever.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, very patient as well. Seems to know like the right time to shoot. Maybe David as well. Ooh, fades, nice body feint there. Left-footed finish there. There we go. This guy's actually, you can see the goal machine actually to a degree. That's a very clever left-footed finish. And again, a striker's finish.
Quick feet there to engineer the chance.
Do you kind of see the Aguero-ness kind of in him, Dave?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I see a lot of Lamela in him, but I do see the finishing is a bit Aguero-esque. But I do see a lot of Lamela in him. I don't know whether that's
with the body feints and whatnot. Yeah, I see what you mean. Wow, there you go. That's again a 5'7" man, actually getting quite up high there. Very, very brave as well, just destroying his defender. There you go. Send the keeper the wrong way, maybe showing he can put away a penalty. Again, these are very tidy finishes.
To get across the defender like that, very well. That's a good finish. It's good striker instinct, that.
Wow. Leaves them all for dead. Leaves them all for dead. Oh, that's the David Harris finish right there. He loves around a keeper like that. Loves to just wait for the keeper to go down.
Oh, beautiful. Rounds the keeper as well. You can't ask for better than that. That's just taking the piss. That's just add on insult to injury. I do tell you one thing. What I've noticed is he is very greedy, Jack. There's times there where he could be squaring him. If I was playing on his team, that would piss me off.
I didn't put unselfish, in it like I put for other players as an attribute, Dave. I didn't write selfish, but I certainly wasn't going to write unselfish. So I think you're probably right there. It's actually very two-footed to a degree, actually, with some of these finishes. That's a bottom corner inside the post finish there, actually, as well. Even on the near post, some of this keeping is a bit questionable, but at the same time, maybe it just speaks to, wow, that's nice. That's a bit nifty there as well. Seems like a decent player, especially in the middle of the park, like can able to, hold himself in the hold-up play. Yeah, David, I mean, he does, maybe doesn't pass it maybe when you want him to. Wow, he's just making that player for dead.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know, I just think he's the run-of-your-mill average Argentinian player, to be honest with you. That's my feelings on it right now.
He is 21, so maybe he's going to have to, to a degree, Dave, we've seen some younger players in some of these highlight reels, and some of these highlight reactions and whatnot. 21, I do think is quite young, but, maybe a bit of perspective, decent work up. Oh, wow. That is a beautiful finish. That is a beautiful finish. Yeah, I was just going to say one of these finishes, Dave, is definitely you. It's the David Harris dink, one of these, but good save by the keeper there. Good finish by his teammate. It does seem like, maybe I could see where you're coming from maybe on some of this, Dave, where maybe he is, he still maybe has a bit more to prove. I would probably
But
Of
look, that's
course,
what
we need that backup to Kane. Maybe I would take him for 20 million, less than that, probably, really, if I'm thinking about it. But I mean, Dave, what are your conclusions about the guy? Also,
you know
thank
what?
you
Look,
to EM Productions for providing the highlight reels for this. And everybody, like you said, if you want to watch it in your own time, it's in the description below.
Yeah, look, that's what these scout reports are about. Not all of them are going to be absolutely worldies. Look, you get these names, you hear them. Me and you, we go investigate and we look into them and we give us our honest opinion. I'll be honest, that Korean guy we done there the other day, he's 10 times better than this guy. You can already see he's more natural for me than this guy. This guy, yeah, he does a lot of body steps and feints and step overs and everything else. But honestly, that's a run-of-the-mill Argentinian player. They're all good at that, to be honest with you, from sort of South America. I just, do you know what? Me personally, I just don't think you will see him in the Premier League, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he probably just needs a bit more time. Just needs a bit more time to develop. You know, like we saw, you know, Lautaro Martinez, even when he made that big move to Inter Milan, took a bit of time actually for him to even be able to settle into the Inter Milan squad. So that's probably what maybe something similar might have to happen to him. Either he moves to maybe La Liga or goes to Serie A, but him to make a straight move to the Premier League seems to maybe be a bit too quick for him. That would be my final conclusion. But like David said, very, very clinical finisher by the looks of it. Maybe kind of your run-of-the-mill clinical finisher Argentinian, but that by no means I think is a huge slight. It just shows they do produce good strikers over there, but maybe not something that we're totally amazed by. But let us know. Maybe we're being too harsh in the comments down below. You know, this was Julián Álvarez, you know, the River Plate striker. But everybody, do let David or I know if you think maybe you saw something different in the guy, or maybe we could have looked at a different set of highlights. But that'll be all for now, and we'll be seeing you